Hi everyone, Lisa here from LC Designs. Welcome to Workshop Wednesday on a Tuesday. Unfortunately, tomorrow my internet provider is going to be doing all kinds of, hopefully upgrading so I have better internet. But they're going to be doing some work here, so they notified me that I will not have internet tomorrow. So I moved Workshop Wednesday to today. We're going to be making this cute little goodie bag. I did a Halloween themed one so that you can fill it up with some Halloween treats. I have a lot of treats in here. There's all kinds of chocolates. You can fit quite a bit. I got some chocolates in here. I got some fruit snacks. I got 2 packages of fruit snacks, 2 packages of Skittles. So, and there's still plenty of room in here. So it's a cute little bag that you can fill with whatever you like. You could probably even go to the Dollar Tree and find a bunch of like beauty products. Put some nail files, nail polish, a little nail kit. So this is what we'll be making today, and it's super simple. We just use one piece of, well, it's made out of one piece of 12 by 12 designer series paper, and we use some more here. And then I'll show you another one that I had made originally. So my project sheet did post. I had to change the day because I had already had it originally scheduled for tomorrow. So all the measurements are there for you. Let me check my iPad, make sure I have you guys on here so I could see comments. And I have last week's winners. So if you share my video, you'll be entered in to win the projects that I make the week before, well, this week. So you'll be entered to win the projects to make the purses. I can't send the purse put together because it'll get smashed. But anyway, last week's winner, she shared my video on YouTube. She was a YouTuber, or watched my video on YouTube. Remember, all my videos are on YouTube as well. My channel is lcdesigns1. So if you ever miss me live, you can always go over there and see the replay. So it was With Inked Fingers is what her title was on her post. So With Inked Fingers, if you're watching, please let me or message me, email me your address so I can send these to you. And then Wendy's gift from last week went out already, so she should be getting it this week. Anything else going on? There's gonna be, I haven't read all my updates from Stampin Up, but there's gonna be a stamp sale, 24-hour stamp sale. I'm not even sure the day, but I will post it all later, give you guys all the details. But I guess there'll be select stamps from the annual catalog at 15% off. So that's a good deal. And I got a new phone mount. So let's see how this goes. I'm gonna turn you guys around and hopefully we don't have a catastrophe. Thanks for joining me. And this, we're just gonna go right like this. And hopefully my phone, I have you guys, that seemed to be a little bit easier. How about that? What do you know? A little bit easier. So let's get started. We are going to be using the Gingham DSP. This paper is so pretty. There's so many colors in here, so many choices. But since I was going with Halloween, I said, well, let me go with the black and white, and then I'm going to use this as well with the pumpkin pie. And then on your project sheet, one of the supplies that I put was the Regal's 12 by 12 DSP, and that's because it has the 12 by 12 pumpkin pie that we're going to be using for the handles. So we need an actual 12-inch piece of cardstock. You can see the handles I mean, if you wanted to go 8.5, they're going to be really short. So I use the 12 by 12, and pumpkin pie is in the Regal's pack. So let's start off with our DSP and get my scoring. I got stuff all over the place here. So this is a 12 by 12 sheet. Like I said, I want to make sure that I'm in the camera. Looks like I'm in the camera. And we are going to score one side at a 1/2 inch. All the way down a 1/2 inch. 4.5. 7.5. And 11.5. And now we're just going to rotate it 90 degrees. And we're going to score this side at 3 3/4 and at 8 1/4. Okay, so that's the scoring. And then now we can burnish these lines. It's hard to see on this paper. So this is the 1/2 inch mark. I'm like trying to see, these are lines with the black and white. There's another. There goes the other 1/2. And let's get these ones here. And this, there's a lot of score lines, but it's all gonna make sense. Okay, so this is hard to tell. Okay, so see these 1/2 inch sections? There's a 1/2 inch at the top and there's the 1/2 inch at the bottom. Those are where we're gonna cut these lines up to this score line on both sides. So we could either flip it. I'm not sure which way I'm gonna be able to see the score lines better. And you know what? I thought I had a sample for you so I can show you. But we're gonna cut these up here. And you just wanna make sure this section here is larger than if it was this way. This is thinner, so just remember the large side or the side with the 1/2 inch. And so we will cut this side up. And this side. How's everybody doing? Are you finally getting some cool weather? Or hopefully you're not in the area where you have all the rain and flooding. So now we're gonna leave the center larger section. We're gonna leave that 1/2 inch and we're gonna cut off these two on both sides. So let's cut this. We're cutting these little 1/2 inch sections off. This paper's so big, you don't usually work with a 12 by 12 sheet. And if you're on my email list, you got the free project sheet to make a mini one of these bags. You might have seen it on my Facebook page. But the mini one was for my email subscribers so they can make matching ones. Okay, so see how these two are cut off and we have this flap and this flap. So these are gonna go in like this and then this will flap over. Okay, makes sense? So basically on these outside flaps, I'm gonna go ahead and use seal. You can use liquid glue. I'm gonna use some seal. Let me just make sure if I put the, yeah, and then I can do it on these ones as well. Sometimes I do that and I put it and then I end up gluing the wrong side. But you can use, you know, the liquid glue so that you have a better, you know, you can move it in case you stick it in the wrong place, like I just almost did. Almost smooth those down. And then now you can adhere this one. And see how easy this is? We already basically have our bag. There's our bag. And I have some, you guys, I think I'm on the wrong page. So if you're commenting, I cannot see the comments. We're gonna fold this one over. I think I jumped onto the wrong page today. And I can't see any comments. And so we'll use seal here. And we're just gonna flap that over. So there's our bag. So now what you're gonna do is you're gonna push these two centers and kind of just push these out. That's what's gonna make your bag go out, but you don't have to smash them, so you don't have to smash it. It's just gonna, it'll go. I am gonna try and switch over so that I can see if there's any comments. I'm so sorry. I hate not being able to see your guys' comments. Okay, I'm switched over now, so let's see. All right, now I think I could see your comments. All right, oops. Uh-oh. Now I got the volume on. Oops. Now I got the volume on. Oops. Okay, now we're muted. Sorry about that. So then, see, that's basically our bag. Super easy. And now we're gonna cut a piece of the gingham cardstock. I picked out the one with the pumpkin pie. And this one is gonna be 3 by 4. So let's cut this way and go 3 by 4. I don't have as many viewers today, I think, because I'm on a Tuesday. So then we're gonna score this piece at 1 inch, because that's where we're gonna attach it at the back. And then you can just fold that over. And then with the corner rounder, you can round the corners if you want. It just gives it a little bit different effect. So now this, you can use tear and tape, you could use liquid glue, you can use seal. I'm gonna put some seal. It just depends like how much weight you're gonna put in there. And then we're just gonna adhere this to the back. Right, like this. Just make sure that you have kind of the same amount on each side. Like I said, if you use liquid glue, your liquid glue would, you know, give you wiggle room. And then I forgot before I put this on, let's just run it through our bone folder, because then it curls it a little bit and makes it a little bit easier to when you're gonna put the flap on. So now we need a band. So we're gonna cut a piece of black cardstock, 1 inch by 4. So I have this scrap here. This is 4. This is 1. Cut it to 1. And then we're gonna do, you can do the same. Score it at 1 inch. Get my cutting blade out of there. And then we're gonna round the corners as well. So if you don't have a corner rounder, oops, I did not put that in there right. If you do not have a corner rounder, you can just use any punch or trio punch. I'm gonna fix this. Oops. You can use any. So this is just, I'm gonna use seal again. And you could have attached this beforehand. Because look, I'm putting this on so crooked. But you could have done it ahead of time, you know, before you attached it to here. And we can just curl that a little bit too, make sure that it curls. Okay, so there's the front. And I'm gonna put some Velcro dots, but I'm gonna wait till I put the handles on and everything. So on the handles, like I said, with the 12 by 12 cardstock, you're gonna need a 12-inch by a 1/2 inch, 2 of them for the handles. So a 1/2 inch by 12. And you know, we don't usually buy the 12-inch. I have all the pieces because I like to do a lot of 3D, so I'll have the 12 by 12 paper. So I have all the color families. But it's nice to have all the color families in the cardstock. So we're going to curl these with our bone folder too. Not too much. You don't want to, maybe just once, because if you do it too much, then it's really going to be hard. So we're going to attach those here, and I'm going to use liquid glue, and we'll put that right there. And hold it for a minute, or I can put my little clothespins there, and then we'll glue this one over here. But this bag is super easy to make. And look how adorable it is. I will get another clothespin to hold it, so then we can glue the back ones. Another dot. And oops, putting it the wrong way. Then again, I think I've told you guys before, I got my little clothespins at the Dollar Tree. And they're just another set of hands for me, or fingers. We'll hold this one because I don't have another clothespin for some reason. You know, these only take a few seconds. So I say. I have a tiny, tiny, tiny one. See, they have this size too. So we'll move this aside while we make the tag and let those glue. Because look, this one moved. This one moved on me, and maybe I could have curled it a little bit more. Okay, we'll let those dry, and we'll work on the tag and the ribbon. So the tag, we're going to use the designer tags dies. I'm like over here thinking. And let's get our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And we're gonna just use this plain one. You can put, they have some little intricate cuts on there that I could have put on there. But we're just gonna use that one. I need a moon. So we got some Daffodil Delight there. Let me move this down so I can fit my black for our haunted house. And today we're just cutting one bat. Let's put him over there to use that. Black. So I missed these tags in the catalog originally. And then I was like, well, what kind of tag can I put on here? And then I was like, oh, they have those designer tags. Hello. Let me get the moon out. Let's get our bat out. And our haunted house. I've been cutting so many of these haunted houses that these things are stuck in here because I've cut so many, because I have a craft fair coming up on the 24th. So if you're local, stop by Rio Rancho Presbyterian Church. Again, I'll leave the information This will be one of my first craft fairs here in New Mexico because I'm trying to meet new people. So here's our tag, and we're just gonna stamp which trick or treat, you're so sweet. So we're gonna, let's move these aside. I'm using pumpkin pie ink, and I'm gonna stamp towards the top because we're gonna put our house, our bat, our moon. Usually I get a bunch of I usually order a lot of I'm gonna put this moon on after I do the house. Usually I order a lot of Halloween sets. This year I did not, and I'm not really sure why I didn't. So this is my go-to Halloween one that I have. I usually like to do a lot of Halloween projects, but I think because I was new to the area, I wasn't sure, you know, what classes I would do, if I would do classes, and this has just been my go-to. So we're gonna put the moon on there with liquid glue. We're gonna just put a little dot for the bat. And I don't want to cover up, you're so sweet. He'll be flying this way this time. I'll fluff him up once he dries. And then we're gonna put Wink Stella on the moon and the bat. Of course, you can't go without Wink Stella, right? Gotta have a shiny moon. And we want that bat to sparkle. Oops. Let me hold this with while it dries. Might take your pick tool. All right. So there's our tag. So we'll move that aside, and now we're gonna do our ribbon. So I used the seam binding crinkled ribbon, but you see it's white, and we didn't have no pumpkin pie inks, or ribbons, I should say. So I'm gonna go ahead and color it. And I can't remember how many inches I used, but let's do about, this is 10, 16, let's go about 16 inches. If it's not enough, our bow's just gonna be small. So I think actually I used probably like 20 to 22. So we're just gonna color our ribbon pumpkin pie because we want pumpkin pie ribbon. We don't wanna use white. We don't wanna use white on the white tag. So let's turn this over. And this is what I love about my blends and white ribbon. Actually, I have another project coming up in a few. It's probably next week. I'll do it next week. I'm trying to do Halloween projects, so you guys have ideas on what to make for Halloween. If you're having any Halloween parties, or you have kids in school and they can take little goodies. But I colored another ribbon that, oh my gosh, I was so happy with the results. You guys color your ribbon a lot? So there's the pumpkin pie ribbon. Easy peasy. Okay, so let's go back to our bag. We could take all my clothespins off. It's dry. I'm using Velcro dots today. Now, I bought a ton of these Velcro dots from Amazon, of course. I got 500 or so. You guys don't need that many. I had a project going on that I needed a bunch of them, but look, I still have a ton of them. So we're just gonna, that's how I'm gonna close mine, is with the Velcro dot. Just like that. And then now we can tie our ribbon through our And have you guys seen this trick? Let me see. I think I do. Let me show you. These flossers that you get from the dentist, or you could buy them at the store. Just put your ribbon through it, stick this through the hole, and then your ribbon is right through there. Isn't that awesome? So I like to turn, for whatever reason, when I make my bows, they're upside down. So I tie them upside down, so then they're right side up. So we'll just tie our little tag here. Tie the bow. And then if you think that bow's too big, go ahead and cut it down. Because like I said, I thought I did 22, but you know what, I might end up cutting it down too. So it's just that way you could color it. You can see I missed a spot. But let's grab our blend and fix that white spot. Easy, easy. Okay, so we're not done yet. We gotta add some of the metallic dots. These are the rustic metallic dots. I want it to make it look a little rustic. So what I did is I put 3 of them on here. I did 2 small, and then I did the large. And then I added a large one to each strap, or handle. This one's gonna be hidden. And one on the back, and one on the other side, and the, oops, this one doesn't wanna come off. All right, so see how those add just a little bit of an element to them? So there's our bag. Look at, can you see the sparkle on the bat and the moon? But there's our bag. How easy was that? This one keeps coming out. This one I used a magnet, and I don't know if it's because it's filled up, but there's our 2 bags. See how easy that one? This one I cut with this, this is the trio punch that I used first. But I didn't have a, it wouldn't have been good for this piece because that piece wasn't very big. So I couldn't use it. But there's the bags. And let me show you, here's the original one that I had made with the celebration paper. But again, these make cute little gifts. You don't have to put candy in them. These ones were for Halloween. But you can make them and make little gifts for coworkers, friends' birthdays. You could fill them with, like I said, they hold a lot. So I hope you guys like this video, and thanks for joining me on a Tuesday. Sorry about the internet. I will be back next Wednesday, and I have another Halloween project. And if you're watching me on YouTube, please like